Hello, everyone. Before we start building microservices, GraphQL microservice, I would like to give a quick introduction to understand how to build it, the components to build it. And I'll start with the app sync, AWS app sync and DynamoDB. So this is the GraphQL microservice that you see it in front of you. It consists of AWS app sync and it talks to the DynamoDB. Who builds this microservice will see the wizard that will build this actually in a blink of an eye. So this is the GraphQL microservice, and this is the final stage. For example, it would be GraphQL microservice. You might have REST microservice, that one that we built before in the previous videos, and you might have a API gateway. API gateway in this case is not the AWS API gateway, but it's an API gateway pattern, and we will use the AppSync as the API gateway, and it will route the code according to the right place. So you just have the schema and you do the query and it will ask the right uh, microservice for the right information. Now, how can we build all of that? I talked about the wizard who will build this. It's like a wizard, really. It's not magic, but it uses cloud formation templates, but it's like a wizard. You give it the template, which is, we call it the schema, GraphQL schema, and you feed the AWS Amplify, and it does its magic with all the cloud formation templates, and voila, it builds the GraphQL microservice, builds everything, the tables, if you have, even even if you have the Elasticsearch, it builds the resolvers by itself. And in this video, it's an introduction. We'll see how to do all of that hands-on in the next videos. This video is to explain what's GraphQL, what are the types, and what is the schema. So let's start by understanding what's GraphQL, which is simply actually its endpoint, similar to REST and standards, but it uses different way of calling the APIs and manipulating the data. So the big difference is the way we call the APIs. So instead of calling APIs to get the information, you actually issue a query and you receive the information that you need. One shot. You don't have to like give multiple APIs to the call, REST APIs. In addition to that, also the mutation. If you instead of post or update, you just do mutation so you can create a new value or add a new value. So it's similar to SQL database. If you're familiar with SQL database, it will give you actually the ability to query. So it's a query language, so it makes it easier. And in this case, you'll find yourself being able to interact, as you can see in this diagram. You can have a resolver, so you have the query, and then the resolvers, which multiple functions will resolve the query calling either database or another service according to what is needed from them. Now let's talk about the schema. So we have the schema. It consists of the word type, which is similar to class name. So you just say there is a type, which type of author in this case. So it's exactly similar to the class name, some object that will be author. And when you search, you will ask for this author to get the author back. As you can see here, the model, this is a specific, the at model that you add here. It's actually only for amplify, in this case, AppSync and amplify. When you add this at model, it will actually create a specific table for the model. So the directive model here is actually to transform this type into a table inside DynamoDB and create it automatically with Amplify. So let's grab our gears and see how are we going to build GraphQL microservices using AWS Amplify. Let's see you in the next video.